y'all situated with getting your degree. You'll be done in about 2.5 years.
2 more.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, are you already 30 hours done too?
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
next
almost
year,
45.
well, I think I'll be 30 by next semester.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have 30 by next semester.
Did you take a semester off, or you just like?
No, I did all last year. I
Okay.
did both semesters here last year, and then I did this semester, and then next semester I'm transferring.
To like the big school in what's it called?
No, I'm going to Tri-C for the second semester.
What is
Just a community college in Cleveland.
Oh, it's just like more affordable, probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
just so I could like get more money just so help me out and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and do Tri-C for the next year, and then for next semester, and then next year I'm gonna go to Cleveland State and then just finish off there at Cleveland State.
Okay. At least you have a plan though, right?
Yeah.
You're like ready for doing what you do.
Mhm. I wanted to ask you a question about the paper that's due. I'm so confused on it.
Absolutely. Is it the final paper or the PowerPoint presentation?
I think it's the PowerPoint, or I don't know which one it is. It's the
So
one.
they both could be the same thing. One you'll present with your PowerPoint, and then the final paper is going to be like a big final paper that you can write about the same topic.
Okay. It's the one where we had to pick a day to sign up, and I chose November 18th.
Okay.
So is that the PowerPoint one?
That would be, yes, the day you present it to class, and then the big final paper will be like the last day of the semester.
Okay. So I'm confused on both of those, really.
Okay, that's fine. So you'll pick your favorite mental health topic. Do you have a specific topic that you'd like?
Like when you say mental health topic, like can you give examples?
Alcoholism, anorexia, addiction, child poverty, which I know you guys wrote like policy papers for, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, world poverty, environmental stressors,
Different stuff like that.
and the syllabus has about 12 other topics at the very end you can pick.
Because I was looking on the syllabus, and the only thing that I saw was, like you had it up there, and then, because I was looking at some of the, I forgot what it's called. I was looking at some of the comments in the thing, because I was confused when you had the, sign up sheet and everything like that. I was confused, and I didn't know like what the topic was based off of. And then you said it was on the syllabus.
Yeah, it's the last 3 pages of the syllabus.
Yeah, and then all I saw was like different
Articles.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't know if that was.
So you're right, and for the paper you're supposed to pick out articles that you would use for it, but you can pick anything you like on your own. Like if you enjoy empowerment or homelessness or affordable housing, or like there's so many topics in social work that we work in, or private practice. Something. What did you want to do with your social work degrees? You could base it off of that.
Right off back, my plan for when I graduate is to go get my master's,
Get your
of
MS
course, and then after that, I would just want to work. I don't really know like I don't know if I want to continue with social work or not.
Okay.
But it would be just good to have a social work. I just want to help people. So it's like lots of different options I could choose from. But I think what I might do is go like try to work in the hospital.
That's where social workers make the most money.
Yeah, that's what I want to really try out, just to try to work out in the hospital.
So your topic could be, what do hospital social workers do? And then you kind of like pick one of the theories that would be around that, like social working theory or ecological theory that goes with every social work problem, because it's a holistic approach to healing. You could, your topic could be, what do hospital social workers do? And the final paper, you can make it the same thing, or the description that says you write your life story and like things that happen in your life. If that's easier for you, use it like social learning theory, and or a major mental health topic that came up in your life. If it was addiction or a friend who teen suicide or alcoholism in high school or a friend who had addictions or things of that
So
nature.
I don't know if I'm on the right one. Cause I don't see the different things, like topics. and
The
stuff.
syllabus,
I see the syllabus, I see both of them that's posted.
and it should just be like hbse 3011, and then on the 9th page, it has all the different articles, and the topics would be the name of that article.
Okay, so, okay, I see, so it's the selected bibliography, is that the one? Where it says
yeah.
applicant.
That's it. Yep.
So then I pick one of these,
Yeah, so for your paper and your presentation, you want to have 2 articles. So that's where you might have to go on to, and I always showed you guys this last year. My favorite website.
Scholar, Google, yeah.
And if it is, say, medical social work, I even spelled it right. And then, maybe recent articles, so since 2016, that's usually how I go. And then I here's a good one, medical social work perspective on rehabilitation or attitudes towards people. And you kind of root through them and see if one that is helpful is in there.
Okay, so for the PowerPoint presentation, okay, so let me go back. Cause I just wanna make sure, like, I
You're doing it
understand,
right.
yeah, cause I don't wanna do the wrong thing and then it's like, oh, we did the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah, I get that. I'll see if I can also pull up right here. Like now I've taught this class twice, so I should have 2 rounds of people that have turned in their PowerPoints this way.
Okay, so it says and it says it's due on November 30th. And that's the PowerPoint, right?
November 30th. Yeah,
Cause it's
If-
the
if-
one that says the oral research report. And
that's the
then-
PowerPoint. Yeah.
Okay, and then the ethnographic student of one's family of origin.
And that's the final paper that I said you can do those as both the same topic, but if you want to write exactly how they describe that, that might make more sense to you. So it's like write about your life, tell your theories growing up, what you think social workers could have helped you with and through in your life.
Okay.
I'm about to go get my shirt. I was sweating in the office, and I'm about to go get the shirt again. It's freezing.
I don't get it, I'm still confused.
On the paper or the PowerPoint?
Oh,
Okay.
like, so both of these are due, so no, my PowerPoint is due on November 18th, the day I picked, right?
If you were presenting it then, if you really, and I have a feeling a lot of people are going to do this, you really want to like procrastinate it out, you can wait and film yourself doing the PowerPoint like on your computer. If you're going to Florida, I'd be like, just get it done. So it's
Yeah,
over with,
right,
so you
that's-
can enjoy Florida or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
That's, So here is fall. Is that right? I want to try to show you what it looks like, like what people turned in.
Oh.
And this would just be like their PowerPoint. So, gosh, this was like such a hard, let's see here. This is when I was just learning Schoology too, so it was not impossible, but let's give you one that was like kind of, so she did anxiety. This one here, she did, she was poverty. So I want to go ahead and download it so we can present it. She was really good. And she wants to go on for an MSW too. So if you could dang, she used graphs and everything. But, anything you could find on poverty, and you can do poverty too. Homeless father of 5, can't find shelter, that takes men with children. So here's her poverty facts. It could have been a little bigger, but she did good. She found some good facts. Rate of child poverty in the U.S. is higher than now than 1966. It's a little old stat. You could have used something from 1999 or 2009, but whatever. Poverty in the United States is largely the result of a shortage of jobs and plethora of low-wage jobs. So she's like citing some of these articles and the actual page. His recommended strategy includes a guaranteed jobs program, community work for those who cannot find employment, an income or wage supplement for working people, enhanced SSI or Social Security benefit for those not expected to work. On average, poor families who pay out of pocket for childcare spend 1/3 of their income. So she cited it there. Furthermore, federal childcare only reaches 1 in 6 eligible children. According to the American Psychological Association, children without diplomas are also more likely to rely on public assistance, engage in crime, and generate other social costs borne by taxpayers. So she's showing like the effects of poverty, number of people in poverty from 59. Okay, we got some more modern stats. That's good. And here's the recession. So like that's the Great Recession of 2009 with Corona. I bet you're going to have another recession right here.
Yeah.
It says data for 13 and beyond reflect implementation of the redesigned income questions. The data points are placed at the midpoint respective years for information on recessions. So yeah, that's the poverty rate. It's always been about 40 million people are in poverty in the US. So she just kind of went down the line and answered the questions. Now her solution to poverty: housing during pregnancy, single mothers should speak with a case manager through local welfare agency, and yours might be on medical social work, what a social worker does there, the assessment process, then interventions and how they discharge, or it could be on addictions, what addiction does to family. And so that, that's, I know you can do just as good as this. And, I don't know if there's a topic that like you have a passion about. You're like, this is why I chose social work as a major. This is what I love.
Basically like abuse.
Okay. So child abuse and neglect and like trauma.
Like neglect. Yeah, trauma and
so
neglect.
That could be your topic, is like the effects of child abuse and neglect on a child and the traumatic ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, how they affect you growing up. There's a lot of stuff on that. You'll be like, dang, you'll have videos and like freaking everything for your presentation if you do that.
Okay, so for the PowerPoint, I could do, let me write this down. For the PowerPoint, I could do child abuse and neglect, or just like one of them.
I guess that because neglect is a form of child abuse, like you would just break it down. So it helps to have like a myriad of topics, like what trauma is caused by child abuse and neglect, like you could flow with that.
So basically just like broaden it, instead of it just being child abuse, just make it like, what are the, like what the effects of child abuse that can lead to, that can follow people in the future.
Yes, and then what social workers can do about it.
Okay.
Is always the end is like this social work solution.
So how social workers help.
Right.
So.
Yep. That will get you an A in graduate school if you can knock that one out. Dang, I got that good.
Okay, so PowerPoint is child abuse. Now let's do neglect and trauma. So I'm gonna just do mine on the trauma of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, trauma will have a lot of stuff. I mean, both of those you'll have a lot of stuff. And then, what social workers do in that, and maybe social work articles and journals and stuff.
Okay. And then, so is the paper due on November 30th?
That's going to be the last day of school, whatever it is.
Okay.
That's like your final paper. It's your big final.
Okay, so the thing you posted is that posted on, but it was due on the 17th, and you got like the oral research presentation, and it says sign up for days to present on topic will be discussion board. That.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the oral presentation, that's the one I'm doing on November 18th, and then the ethical study of one's family origin, or the paper which is the second part of it, that's due on the last day.
Correct.
Okay,
Those are the last two major assignments besides like the discussion boards.
okay, so for that one, are the topics on the syllabus too?
Well, you can use the same topic, so you're doing the same research all the way through, you're just now writing the paper, citing articles.
Oh, okay, so just basic trauma of abuse.
And what
Trying to
social
figure out how to
workers,
word it, like,
the trauma of abuse and neglect on children and social worker solutions.
so trauma and abuse on children and social workers. Resolution.
Yeah, what social workers can do, something that's simple wording, if that helps. It's
Okay.
like-
Okay, so then basically for the paper and the PowerPoint is trauma.
Yes, you could do them both at the same time. You'll pick
Right,
the
to
key
help it
points for the PowerPoint, and then,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll have like a 6-page paper with citations and all that.
So,
That's all you do in graduate school. That is
Okay.
what graduate school is all about.
do I have to use these quotes or, I mean, not the quotes, these, articles?
They're just examples.
Okay.
So maybe that's why it's confusing to
Yeah,
people.
cause I thought I had to pick one of those and
Do
do like
not.
the paper.
I love modern topics, and like, I bet some of those articles are like freaking 1980 something.
Right.
1990.
Right. And then also, can you post, an example of the paper, the ACE paper, cause I forgot how to type in ACE.
The ACEs paper?
I mean, sorry, APA format, I'm sorry.
Oh.
APA, yeah, can you post
Which, yeah,
an
yeah.
example of an
The
APA
key is going to be, so,
going to the
title page with your name and university title centered. The first page is
Right.
title page.
Let me see
Then,
if I still might have something like shit on here, I should.
and then whenever you quote somebody, you'll put like Trout 2019. And on the very last page, you'll have the references with the full references on here. So, and this is how you quote. You would pull this, and here's the APA right in the middle. And you copy that, and then if you're quoting within the paper, you actually just use their last name and the year. So it'll say Fugelmeyer 2016. So if you
Okay.
say Fugelmeyer 2016 says blah, 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 and then at the very end, references page has the full journal and the perspective of rehabilitation and journal of rehab medicine, page 48, and blah, blah. Because yeah, it'll be the title page and the references page, and then you'll write like 6 in the body of the paper. Wherever you quote stuff, you just put Trout 2019 article written by whomever in 2020, and then you should be covered. I'm actually gonna go grab that shit. That's loud. But I'm starting to cool down enough that my back is going out.
Right.
You know you're getting old when, oh. So it's just right here. If you then think of any more questions, one more question. I'll get it.
Okay.
Have you done 15 hours every semester?
I did, yeah.
So you could be at 30 this year, and then you'll get up to 45 in December when you finish this semester.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope I'm high enough that, let me see, because last year, no, I didn't do 15 each semester. Last year, for the first semester, I had 16.
Oh, so you even did more than that.
Yeah, I had 16.
You might be further along than you know.
Yeah, I need to go talk to my advisor.
Right. Make sure they did say it's like HB week, handle your business.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna go talk to her on November 1st because that's when like we start for real.
Who is that? Who's the advisor?
My advisor is Kristen Meyer Young.
Oh, I don't know if I've known her.
She's okay.
Okay.
I just need to figure out how to get everything situated in order so I could go to move classes next year, move schools next year.
Right. Which usually all they'll do is transfer your, what's it called?
Transcripts.
Yeah, you'll just send your transcripts to that school.
Yeah.
You'll apply to the school now and you'll send your transcripts.
Yeah, I applied and I got accepted and I sent them and everything. So I'm supposed to have a meeting with one of the, somebody to talk about the process, see how much of my credits will transfer over. I'm gonna talk to them on Friday. And then
That's because your
hopefully,
whole family's up there.
yeah,
Okay.
so hopefully all my credits will be able to transfer over because I don't want for them to say, oh, we don't accept any of your credits or we don't accept most of your credits, and so you'll have to start all over and take classes you already took. I'm not doing that.
You're already almost halfway done.
Yeah, I should have at least, because I did.
And you could take it online and still do the schooling here. Right?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I could just do the online here and then just transfer to another school for the next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a lot
Right.
to go into that process.
Is housing expensive here too?
Yeah. It's like everything is expensive for no reason. And then like the meal plan, that's ridiculous because they charge you money and then they kick you out when it's way early than what it needs to be. The caf isn't supposed to close until 7 and they start shutting down the food and taking the food out at 6:30.
Because they probably want to be themselves out at 7.
Right, and I understand that.
That's annoying.
Again, it's like you work at a college. It's not like restaurants don't do that. Restaurants close at a certain time, but they don't kick you out.
Right.
Like you're kicking us out. We still stay here eating our food or doing whatever.
That is kind of.
And if y'all didn't want to do that, y'all need to find another job.
I know, yeah.
Like it's so irritating. It's so disrespectful. They don't care. Like this school just doesn't care. And I talked to the dean about it. I'm like, well, I'm paying them. I'm putting money, not trying to be cocky or nothing, but like I'm putting money in their pocket. Like if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have money. Mm-hmm. And so for y'all to tell me, oh well, you just have to leave whenever they say leave, is ridiculous because I'm paying you to cook for me. And then on top of that, the food being nasty. Like today I had chicken It wasn't even done. It
Really?
tasted raw. I'm gonna get salmonella or something.
Right.
Like, y'all
Yeah.
feeding me food that's not cooked all the way, or y'all just doing, like, y'all don't know what y'all doing. And then on the weekends, the food is just disgusting. Like, it's nothing good about it. Just
Do
nasty.
you have roommates here too? Like,
I have suite mates. I have my own room though, because I stay in honors.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have my own room, but I have suite mates.
Mm.
And like this year, it's a lot better with my suite mate and with this suite mate.
That's good.
Because last year my roommates was terrible. So
Right. Yeah. Roommates can always be a bad situation.
yeah. And so it's just a lot going on. Like it's just too much, and I just can't deal with this school. I can't deal with them not caring. I can't deal with them hiding how many cases of COVID they got, because I know
How many do they have?
I don't even know. It's over 10. I know that.
Okay.
Like
you guys know people personally.
yeah, like it's just too many,
Well,
and they hide it.
they're a fly
Oh,
or a wasp. It's probably the last wasp alive. It's going to freeze. It's supposed to freeze in 2 days. We're already on middle childhood, so this might be your favorite chapter.
yeah, because that's what I am.
No, but it will be your topic if you're doing child abuse and neglect. This is why it's important to not have the child abuse and neglect, because you're learning everything. You know, the first 3 years are so key for your brain to develop. You're learning how to be a kid, and we can cruise through. I'm just going to make it through half because the other half is for next week. It's already 4:30. But children learn about rules and fairness and establish friendships or your peer groups. So the Erickson theory, and this is one of the theories that you can use in the paper. It says to use a theory. I love ecological theory because it's like, what is the holistic approach to help as a social worker? But Erickson does the different stages of development. And this particular one in childhood, middle childhood, is industry versus inferiority. So you're learning how to be like better than others, get into the honors dorm, or inferior in some way. You know, like you can take off and do well. It says here, mastering social and cognitive skills or measuring success against their peers. So your grades, A's and B's, maybe sports, soccer, football, whatever you may play. So you have got the development of the child culture, which, you know, you see it in the advertisements nowadays, and then development of physical and cognitive skills. So you're learning how to think, you want to have to think outside of the box. Are you 20 yet? Did you turn 20?
No, I turned 20 next year. I just turned 19 this year.
So it'll be 2021. In the fall or in the spring?
Oh, in the fall.
Okay.
My birthday's in September, so
Okay.
yeah, fall.
Yeah, so you're still like, actually they say until you are 20, you are, all of your hearing is peaking, your eyesight's peaking, your physical strength is peaking. And then after 20, it starts going down like that. That's what I've been doing for 22 years. So yeah, your development of physical and cognitive skills, the greater interaction with peers, you're learning how to be like a teenager. Did you go to different high schools or always the same one?
No, I stayed in the same high school until like I started freshman year there, and then I finished senior year there.
Was it a Jesuit high school? Did you say that?
It was a Catholic high school.
What was it called?
St. Mary Byzantine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty rigid and strict, and taught you guys how to get it together for college.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I really don't remember most of the stuff that we learned, but
Right.
I know that I feel like my high school really, really got me prepared.
Right. Yeah.
Because I feel like the elementary school, they really didn't do that much. Like, they didn't have us, like, type papers or anything like that. So it was kind of harder once I got into high school, like, oh, what is this? What's typing papers? And then the thing that I liked that my high school taught us it was something that they came up with, and it's called ACE. And basically it's like answer, citation, and explanation.
Oh.
And so, like, you got a topic. So that's how I base all my papers off of. And then I think that doing that has helped me to just get better grades on my papers. Like, the answer is basically like having your own, like answering the topic basically, but doing it in like your own way, kind of.
Mhm.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's like answering the topic. And then citation is right after you get done saying your answer, you go find a citation about it. Like
Mhm.
something that supports your answer, something that supports what you just said. And then explanation is you explaining the citation. You're explaining what you just said, basically. And so I do that and it helps me out a
Yeah.
lot.
No, that's cool. That's good. It's nice to differentiate between the grade school and the high school too, and getting you prepared. So your biophysical dimension, growth is slow and consistent. As a kid, motor development, so your changes in coordination, agility, smoothness, learn how to just be smooth. Elementary school children are fascinated with many sports activities. So, like when I was a kid, I did baseball, basketball, and soccer. I would imagine you did something similar.
I just play volleyball.
Right. Okay. Okay. And then 7 to 8-year-olds are more interested in sit-down games due to increased attention span and cognitive ability. So not until, I know we're jumping now to the age of 7 and 8, but like when you're like 3, 4, 5, and 6, you can't sit down and do games.
Right.
You want to run all over the place. You want to go crazy. Boys ahead in gross motor, girls ahead in fine motor. Readiness, point at which a child's development maturity allows him or her to quickly learn a skill, starts coming into play. The physical activity, so it's declining for, especially for girls, it continues, contributes to childhood obesity. So they're saying like the way that we sit in front of computers and like watch TV or play video games is, you know, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, all they could do was play outside. Now they can go in and like do video games.
Right.
I've seen kids having a tablet at the age of 2 and stuff. So
Yeah.
older children are gaining weight and becoming increasingly sedentary. And the question is, what factors contribute to physical activity or inactivity? Video games and television, failure of parents and physical education programs to instill in children lifelong exercise. Like in gym, we used to have to do the pegboard all the way up to the ceiling.
Really?
We had a rope, we had to climb, we had to run a mile every year, and they timed us.
Really? Oh yeah, I did that. They still did that.
Okay.
Like it was I forgot what it was called, but in elementary school they had us do it. And basically what we had to do, she said that we could either walk the mile or run it, but basically we just walk around the gym or run
20
around
times,
the gym.
yeah. Yep.
And then for high school they had us do the something meter test, and all we would have to do is we would just run back and forth from one side of the gym to the other side of the gym, and every time the thing beeped, we would just have to keep going back and forth, back and forth.
Okay.
Back and forth. So
yeah. Yep.
that was pretty. That was probably like the only real like physical activity that I did besides volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do notice like, and then I try to get my younger siblings active because I know like my parents, they're older now. So like when they had my younger siblings, my mom had to be like.
You said your mom's like.
She's 40 now.
40.
Yeah,
That's
she's
right.
like
Okay.
she's actually like 43, I think. And
Okay.
my dad, he's like 40. Oh, I don't even know my dad. He's older than my mom. I think he's probably like maybe 45
Mm-hmm.
or 46 or around that age. But they are like older now. And then my dad, he's always and they're like heavy set, but my dad has always been heavy set since like he said he started like gaining weight when he was about after he got out of high school. Like maybe freshman year he was like okay, but then maybe after freshman year, like sophomore year and everything leading up, that's when he kind of got a little bit heavier.
Did he go to college here?
Yeah, he did come down here. Yeah,
Okay.
and he was down here from like freshman year all the way into like I think it was his senior year.
Okay.
And then he had to leave because my grandma got sick, so he went home to go take care of her.
Okay.
And then I think like after that he just started like gaining more weight. But then he did lose a lot of the weight. Like he used to be bigger than what he is now. So like he is trying to slim it down. Like he's doing other healthier stuff. Cause like I think he got diabetes now or something like that.
Right.
So he is doing healthier things. Like he's starting not to eat any starch, and he doesn't eat any like meat. Only type of meat he eats turkey meat and chicken. that's it.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of weight doing that.
Yeah, so he eats turkey meat and chicken. He doesn't eat any pork chops or nothing like that.
Did your mom go here too?
No, my
Okay.
mom, no. So, but yeah, my mom, she got heavy set, and I think that's just, she's not like huge or nothing. She's
Right.
like average size.
Yeah.
But I think that's after she had the kids, and then she got fibroids. So it's like the fibroids affect you losing weight too, like it affects your stomach.
Is
So-
it what are the, endometriosis? Is that what fibroids are? It's endometriosis in your womb, and it kind of is fiber, okay.
But I know she always, I know she always talks about fibroids. But,
Okay.
yeah, she has that, and so they do affect like her trying to lose weight and stuff like that. But they are like, so basically what I was trying to get the point is they're older and they're like, you know, they don't really feel like running and doing this and doing that and running after the kid. So my siblings, the twins are 9 and my little brother, he's 7.
Mhm.
So them being at such a young age, my one little sister, Brittany, all she wants to do is just play on her phone all day.
Right.
But like, and then my little brother, he's very active. He wants to run outside, play basketball, do stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I think that's good. And then my other little sister, I really don't know how to describe her. She's something else. But basically, like, I want to try to be active with them.
Yeah.
And I know I'm doing a bad job at it, and recently I have been because I really haven't like said like, oh, let's go do this or let's go run or something like that. But I do want to be like active with them so that they don't get bigger. Because I notice like kids that are more heavy set, they get made fun of a lot more.
Right. Yeah.
And,
bullying and stuff.
yeah, and I don't want that for them because they aren't big at all. Like they got like little people abs basically.
Yeah.
Like they're good at size. So I just wanted to stick out like that, and I want them to be active. And they're gonna be tall. Like my one sister, she's gonna be 5'9".
Oh
And
wow.
my brother, he's gonna be like 6'4".
Okay.
So that's what the doctor told my mom.
Right. Yeah.
And already my little sister, she's about almost as tall as me. Like she's getting up there. So I don't want for them to just start like, oh, I'm bored. I want to be able to like help them. So like when I go home, I plan on like doing different exercises and activities with them so that they can get the exercise and everything that they do. Because I know that their gym, that school isn't really big on physical activity.
And Cleveland.
Yeah, that school.
What's the school called?
St. Mary. They went to the same school I did. St.
Oh,
Mary
okay.
Visiting. So even when I was going there, they was never big on, oh, the kids need to go have gym. Like they would let us go to mass, and then the mass would take over our gym time, and so we wouldn't have no gym on the day we needed gym.
Right.
So it was always a problem, and I feel like it's still a problem now. Like they don't really care about physical activity.
Do you ever check your like steps count too?
Yeah.
This is where I'm seeing I got 1.7.
Yeah.
I at least try to get 2.3, and I only do 8,500 steps. But that's kind of how I hit my 8,500. So before I sit in there to drive home an hour, I'm going to make myself walk 2.3 miles, and I'll just do like laps around campus. So it's, it's all, at least get your half an hour in and get your heart rate up a little bit. And here's some more about it. Movement skills, it can influence the extent of participation in the culture. Movement competence contributes to positive emotional development. So it sounds like what you're doing with your brothers and sisters is good and helpful there. Poverty and nutrition. So this is an interesting one. Chronic disease characterized by physical deformity and dwarfism caused by a lack of iodine in drinking water. That's cretinism. And you can also get rickets, which is permanent damage in the bones resulting in flat chest and deformed pelvis, or a crooked back caused by vitamin D deficiency. So that's why I always pushed vitamin D on you guys last year. I'm like, no matter what you do, get your vitamin D.
What is vitamin D? Like, what is it in?
Okay, vitamin D milk, because it's fortified. The sun.
Okay.
So if you get out and you lay in the sun for hours and hours, you get vitamin D, but it's still best to take a vitamin D pill.
Okay.
I don't know what else they have vitamin D in besides vitamins and fortified milk and the sun. And then the other trouble with only getting vitamin D from the sun is the darker you get, the less vitamin D you absorb.
Right.
So that's why I even take 2 pills a day is 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. You want to take at least 5,000, which is 1 pill a day. They'll sell them at Walgreens or whatever. Or if you drink milk, vitamin D milk. If you don't, they even have gummies that taste like candy. I like the gummies.
Right.
The vitamin D gummies are good. They taste like actual. And that'll help prevent coronavirus because they're saying a lot of people that are dying of coronavirus are vitamin D deficient. So I'd say just order them online from Walgreens, Amazon. Now, cognitive development, this is, in Piaget, they say you're in your concrete operational stage. Mental actions that are reversible, limited to real objects. They can pass through the conservation task, number, mass, length, and area. So when I showed videos, the other classes of kids saying, if you have more quarters or more candies, the kids flunk it until they're like 5 or 6, and they're able to pass it at the age of 7. So the recognition of properties of a substance did not change when its appearance is altered in some way. Like the one example we do is you pour this into that bottle, but it only would fill it up to like right here or something, and you'd be like, so is this more or is this more? And the little
like
kids,
the video you showed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at about 7 and 8, you're learning how to now. You're like, dude, that's the same amount of water.
Okay.
You trying to play me? Like, I know you're cheating me on the Coke. Like I do with my little sister. I'll be like, here, I'll give you more Coke. You get a real skinny glass. And you fill it all the way up. And then I get the glass like this. I'm like, look, I got less than you. It's down here. And they're like, okay. And you drink it all. Able to coordinate information using processes governed by rules of logic. Basically, you're getting your age of reason is coming at age 7. You start knowing right from wrong. You start knowing, you start tattling on people. Cognitive development. So emotional intelligence is EQ, and they do the delayed gratification task. Have I shown you the marshmallow kids that if they wait for a marshmallow, they get 2, but if they eat it right away, they only get the 1.
Oh, no, I didn't.
It's hilarious. I'll show you.
But it's it is some like what people do now, like what people are doing on Instagram. Like they'll give their kids, they'll put something in front of their kids, like candy or something, or fruit snack, and they'll say, "Okay, don't eat it. I'll be right back." And then they'll leave, and then like it shows you like whether your kid listen or not.
Right. And then you can also understand that you're going to get more later on down the road. Like why do you go to college instead of getting a job and making money right away? Because like the delayed gratification of college too. I ever show this to you, it's hilarious. These kids are funny. They got, like you said, it's on Instagram. It's the same idea.
So that's your. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another.
Is this what they're doing on Instagram?
Stay in here, stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right.
And then you watch them suffer.
I'm gonna go do something, and I'll come back.
He goes crazy.
I know. It's hilarious.
They sniffing it.
He's trying not to look at it.
Funny part is they trying to take little pieces.
I know.
Okay, have it now or you wait. Okay?
I feel like there's one kid that.
Yeah. Stay in the chair, okay?
She probably gonna be the one to eat it.
Yeah,
I feel like little kids, they don't care.
right, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what this is showing, like the age of reason.
Little tiny one. Yeah, I told you. I knew it.
I don't care. She ate it like an apple. There's a lot of
Some
these.
of them leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay?
She doesn't
She didn't even wait till she got out the room. She a good one. She ain't pick at it.
I do. You did good? You did? You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So I waited to give you another one. Okay, I even both.
Oh, wow.
She even throws her plate away. She's like, I don't care. I don't care if this lady comes back or not.
Right, I'm eating my marshmallow.
So there's a lot of them. They're funny if you look them up, and it's showing that delayed gratification. So you also are starting to get into, so you could tell the ones there that were like 7 and 8. You could tell the ones that were like 5 and 4 or 6. And the difference where they can perceive others' emotions, so regulate their own emotions. So it's like people skills, like you can tell mommy's sad now. You're starting to like read people's senses, and you're more confident, less likely to drop out of school, and better adjusted. So this is if you do have the emotional intelligence and can delay gratification. Those are some of what the studies have shown that, again, you're able to, wait and hold a savings account of a marshmallow. You get 2 of them within 10 minutes and things of that nature. So, what is this one? Social emotional learning strategies improves academic achievement and increases pro-social behaviors such as kindness, sharing, and empathy. So these help, if you do have that, it helps with relationship skills, social awareness, responsible decision-making, the school climate, policies and practices, family and community partnerships. So those are some of the things, as you get into 7, 8, 9, and 10, you're even beginning to learn communication. So metalinguistic awareness, and that's the ability to go beyond the information. Like you can put 2 and 2 together. You start learning things about people. You'll start noticing patterns. You'll start, knowing when lunch and recess is, or your favorite class of the day. Or you could have uninformative messages. Younger children don't clarify ambiguous messages. Like if we tell them to do something, they won't say, ask questions back and like clarify what exactly the person's saying. Here's another stat on that bilingual education. So children in bilingual programs typically outperform their counterparts in all English programs on tests of academic achievement in English. Children learning to be bilingual outperform on IQ, pidgation, conservation tasks, so it's conservation tasks again, language use, and metalinguistic awareness, which is that ability to go beyond information, and selective attention. So if you're bilingual, you might be learning things quicker, like the kids that I've seen that are bilingual. Do you know anybody bilingual?
Yeah, I'm got one friend, but she's older now. Like she's my age, so.
Does she seem smart, or is she?
Yeah, she's smart.
Is she?
Yeah.
I guess that's what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
if you can learn 2 languages, you're going to be pretty damn smart.
Right.
So, last slide and a half here. On the psychological dimension, attitudes, emotions, and regulation. So emotional regulation and competence, like recognizing the emotion, expressiveness. So again, at 7, 8, 9, you're learning how to express your emotion, and then even understanding the emotions of others. That's the big thing about when you turn 7, 8, or 9. You start learning social role taking, so you can infer others' thoughts, feelings, intentions, but still can't assume another's viewpoint. So you're getting better at reading their emotions and thoughts and feelings, but you don't totally get their viewpoint. You're not going to have a philosophy conversation at the age of 9. So exposure to the role-taking opportunities that involve an exchange of differing perspectives helps that development. It's also linked to social skills development and parallels moral development stage. So at 7, a lot of them call the age of reason is 7. I think even in like the Bible, they talk about the age of reason, where you can tell about right from wrong. You should know better. Before that, did you say you have a 6-year-old brother too?
Yeah.
So he might
Well,
not
no,
be
he's
there.
7.
Okay, so he's at the age of reason. He's going to start knowing right from wrong and
Yeah.
knowing when he shouldn't be doing something. You don't have to tell him twice.
And he's usually good at it. Like a lot of his teachers, like his teacher has said, like, oh, Bryce is a very good listener. He understands. He follows directions. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He don't follow direction when it comes to me, but.
Right, I know. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I've got a younger sister. She's the same. I have a sister born in 71, brother born in 75. I was born in 78. My brother was born in 80. He's only a year and a half younger than me. My sister was born in 86, so she's 8 years younger. So we always all fought. So the last slide, psychological dimension, interpersonal awareness, so how the child conceives his or her own interpersonal relationships, particularly friendships and peer group relationships. So your friendship stages can coincide with your cognitive development. In early childhood, usually you just want a physical playmate. You want somebody to just like play blocks with, or like play on the monkey bars, whatever it is. Middle childhood, you're getting into more of cooperation. Like if I do something for you, you'll do something for me. You're cooperating in games and sometimes learning even organized sports. And then adolescence, that's where you have the interdependence and then intimate sharing. So, like girls always go to the bathroom together. We always wonder, why do girls go to the bathroom together? Like, can they not like go to the bathroom if they're by themselves? And so you started learning.
I never understood that, and maybe it's because like I never really had friends, so it was like. So it was always weird when people be like, oh, like I did it before, like, people like, oh, can you go to the bathroom?
Right.
Like that, but
Right.
it's never been a situation where I was just like, okay, I'm about to go to the bathroom, come with me.
Like if
Like if I went to the bathroom, like, okay, y'all going to the bathroom, like, oh, then I'll go with you. Be like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Don't even hold my hands.
Yeah. So that was where I was going to cut it for today because we're halfway done with this one and then hoping to get you guys up to what you needed to finish on time. We're going to be hbse will be halfway done. Any questions from you?
Nope, I got all the questions I needed for the paper and everything. So I'm gonna start working on the presentation and the paper. And then, yeah, I think that might be it. And I think it would be smarter if I just type the paper now.
While you're doing your
While I'm
presentation.
doing the
And
presentation.
you'll be able to talk like you know everything
Yeah.
about it, which is,
Cause like, I know with my one paper for my one class, I did the paper and the presentation, I didn't do the presentation yet, but the presentation was due, like literally, I had that class right before, I had my English class right before that class. And then somebody texted me like, oh, the presentation today. I'm like, no, it's not today. They was like, yes, it is today. I'm like, oh my God, it is. So I text this other girl. I'm like, is the presentation? She was like, yeah, the presentation today, but the paper's due this day. I'm like, oh my God. Literally in the English class, I whipped out my laptop. It was a blessing that I brought my laptop to classroom.
right.
And I whipped it out and I just literally started taking information from the paper and just put it in the presentation.
Boom, done.
And literally, she was like, and literally, it was so crazy because that was so last minute, like literally last minute, and she was like,
She's like, that was really good.
she's like, yeah, that's good. You know, something, but like she gave me, like little key points or whatever like that. And